Today's story begins after the financial crisis of 2008. At the time, the United States was still under President George W. Bush. The housing market had collapsed, major financial institutions were failing, and confidence in the banking system was shaken. As the country struggled with the crisis, a new president soon entered the White House, Barack Obama. His administration worked with Congress to pass major financial reforms aimed at preventing another crisis. One of the most important reforms was the creation of a new consumer watchdog, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, established through the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. But the way this powerful agency was designed would eventually raise a constitutional question. Instead of being run by a group of commissioners, the CFPB was led by one single director. And here was the key part. The president could not easily fire that director. Welcome to Once Upon a Case, because the law isn't just for lawyers, it's for everyone. The law said the director could only be removed for specific reasons, such as misconduct or neglect of duty. The goal was to protect the agency from political pressure. But years later, this design became the center of a constitutional dispute. A law firm called Seila Law LLC was being investigated by the CFPB. The firm refused to comply with the investigation and argued that the agency itself was unconstitutional. Their argument focused on a basic principle of the U.S. Constitution. Under the Constitution, the president is responsible for enforcing federal law. But if the president cannot remove the leader of an agency, can the president truly control the executive branch? The case eventually reached the Supreme Court of the United States. The question before the court was this: can Congress create an executive agency whose single leader the president cannot freely remove? In 2020, the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that this structure violated the Constitution. The court said the president must have power to remove the head of an executive agency like the CFPB. However, the court did not eliminate the agency itself. Instead, it simply removed the restriction that protected the director at will. The lesson from this case? In the American system of government, the president must maintain control over officials who exercise executive power. And that's the story of Seila Law LLC versus Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this story, follow along for more. See you on the next one.